Back home now to the breaking news overnight. The social media app TikTok going dark as a U.S. ban goes into effect.
The High Court has just declined to stop a ban of TikTok.
Looking at TikTok, we may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other thing.
I'm glad they shut TikTok down.
Now TikTok's gonna be banned and all my income's gonna be gone.
Oh my God, no, they're banning TikTok. I'm gonna have to get a job. I'm gonna have to get a job.
When they get that job that you deem is real, it will not help you in any sort of way.
What exactly is a real job to you? Some of us actually worked hard to get here.
And as of today, TikTok is back.
From viral trends to international politics, the story of Donald Trump's clash with TikTok is anything but ordinary. What began as a controversy surrounding data privacy and national security quickly turned into a larger discussion about the power of social media's global influence and the intersection of technology and politics. Today we explore the timeline of events that influenced the ban on TikTok and try to discover what the future holds for TikTok in the US. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more weekly content like this. TikTok is an app that needs no formal introduction. It gained traction in the US back in 2020 for its short, snappy, addictive, and easy to make content. This made it very popular, especially among Gen Z, with every teenager engaging in trends and challenges. TikTok was rapidly growing in popularity, with a download count of a staggering 850 million and a record of a whopping 1.9 billion users worldwide. This rapid growth helped its parent company ByteDance, which was based in China, rake in a mind-blowing $34.4 billion in revenue. But that was the problem: China. As we all know, the US and China aren't really the best of friends. And in July 2020, the US government had concerns of the possibility that the Chinese government could be using TikTok to spy on American users. Which, when you think about it, isn't that much of a stretch, because there have been countless instances of China trying to pull a fast one on the US. I mean, from the 1999 Chinese espionage, the 2001 spy plane incident, the 2007 and 2008 cyber espionage campaign, the 2015 OPM hack, the Huawei 5G network concerns, to the recent China spy balloon. There are just too many to count. China's history of alleged espionage against the US involves a mix of traditional espionage, cyber attacks, and accusations released to tech companies. The US has consistently expressed concerns over the Chinese ability to steal sensitive information and potentially use it for military, political, or economic sabotage. This ongoing tension has led to heightened scrutiny of Chinese technology companies, especially in the context of data security, and TikTok was no different. So therefore, on August 6, 2020, Trump signed 2 executive orders targeting TikTok and another Chinese company, WeChat. The first order sought to stop US businesses from engaging in transactions with ByteDance, which would effectively block TikTok's operations in the US. The second order aimed to force ByteDance to sell TikTok's US operations to an American company or face an outright ban. The executive orders gave ByteDance 45 days to either reach a deal or comply with the ban. By the end of 2020, Trump had come to the end of his tenure, as he lost to Joe Biden during the 2020 election. Biden, unlike Trump, decided to take a more laid-back approach, and TikTok eventually didn't get banned, nor did it sell itself to a US company. By the end of 2021, things seemingly went back to normal. TikTokers kept creating, and TikTok consumers kept watching. From the perspective of the consumer, it was almost like nothing even happened. Until 2024. By 2024, TikTok was no longer just a platform for viral dances and memes. It had evolved into a tool for political discourse, activism, and even rebellion. It became a battleground between the Trump political campaign and the very generation that by and large had been critical of him in 2020. At this point, it was no longer just about an app. It was about freedom of speech, the right to express political opinions and the very real influence they held in the digital age. For most people, it was very unlikely for Trump to win the youth votes, and for good reason. I mean, it was he who tried to ban the app in the first place. Plus, the fact that his very opponent decided not to go through with the ban and rather cater to the younger audience. So to say Trump could not win the election was an understatement. Trump knew this, so Trump's campaign began courting the very audience that had previously mocked him online. Trump even appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast.
You know what it is? I want to be a whale psychiatrist. It drives the whales frickin' crazy. I always got more publicity than other people. I don't know exactly why. Maybe you can tell me why.
Oh, I could definitely tell you. You said a lot of wild.
Maybe. Russia would have never gone into Ukraine if I were president.
How would you have stopped it?
Automatic, two things. I told him. I said, Vladimir, you're not going in. To me, the most beautiful word, and I've said this for the last couple of weeks, in the dictionary today, is the word tariff. It's more beautiful than love. I lost by I didn't lose, but they say I lost. You're not a Kamala person. I know you. I've watched you. I know him better than he is. You know what? Without speaking to you, I think I know you maybe almost as well as your wife. You're a Khabib person, but you're not a Kamala person. No, they asked me to run on a treadmill, and then they make it steeper and steeper. They said, it's unbelievable. I could have gone, I'm telling you, I felt I could have gone all day.
Let's be honest, Trump is a character to watch. Trump actually gives credit to his younger son, Barron, as the mind behind the strategy.
Son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of it?
He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did. We did. And Joe Rogan was great. They were all great, right? Aaron, they were all good. He understood the market.
By this time, TikTok was even more tightly integrated into Trump's digital strategy. His campaign understood that to sway the youth vote, he had to play the game. But despite his efforts, TikTok still posed a unique challenge. TikTok was an unpredictable force, one where political messages could be hijacked, subverted, and turned into viral criticisms. Trump's camp weren't the only ones with the idea of catering to the youth. Kamala's team went a step further to get celebrities to endorse Kamala Harris.
Well, as we edge closer to the US election, more and more celebrities are publicly endorsing Kamala Harris.
I mean, we're talking Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Billie Eilish, Fat Joe, LeBron James, Kelly Rowland, and even Eminem.
Detroit! What up, though? So look, I think Vice President Harris supports a future for this country where these freedoms and many others will be protected and upheld.
And as you might have guessed, it backfired. As people were dumbfounded at the fact that celebrities who had no idea about the struggles of the common man and were the least to be affected by socio-economic issues like inflation and poverty would dare tell them who to vote for. Soon after Trump was inaugurated as President of the United States, people awaited him as he was now expected to save TikTok. You see, toward the end of Biden's tenure, executives got increasingly agitated at the potential risk TikTok posed to American users, so they wanted ByteDance to sell TikTok's US operations to an American company. Well, TikTok refused, so they got banned for about 24 hours. It was banned on Saturday, 18 January 2025, and was reinstated on the 19th. After Donald Trump got into office, it was decided that ByteDance would sell 50% of TikTok's US operations to a US company, which is way more realistic than selling the whole US operations to a US company. It's funny how it was Trump's idea to ban TikTok in the first place, and now he's the savior of TikTok. It's also quite odd how TikTok explicitly thanks Donald Trump for the return. Some people think this was a plot all along by Trump to incentivize the youth to vote for him so he can reinstate TikTok later on. Although TikTok isn't guaranteed to stay, we can only hope for the future. But what do y'all think? Was this a plot by President Trump, or is he truly the savior of TikTok? Leave your comments below, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.